Hello, guys. Good morning, and thank you for coming for this amazing event, maximizing the moment. Um, Thank you to the organizers, um, everybody that has made sure this event is a success. Um, I do not take this opportunity for granted, and also I want to apologize for not coming to APSU physically for this event. I tried, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it. And so I had to send this video because, of course, we are in the technological age and distance is never a barrier. Okay, so my name is Joseph Kalu, as some of you might know. I am into tech. Currently rounding up my master's degree in human computer interaction in Europe. I'm the curator for World Disability in Nigeria. Um, yeah, I think that's mostly about me. So today I'll be talking to us on reinventing yourself for a global digital future. What are the skills you need? What are the opportunities that are out there that you can take care of? So first of all, what does it mean to reinvent yourself? Reinvention is called out of the word invention, as you know. So invention is like creating something new. It's like innovating, looking at a new way, and then trying to create something for the future. It's like you said, who invented an aeroplane? There wasn't an aeroplane before somebody invented it. There wasn't a motorcycle before somebody invented it. There wasn't a phone before someone invented it. Um, so that is invention. Okay. There wasn't you before somebody invented you. Your parents gave birth to you. And of course, here you are. And over the course of your life, over the course of our life, we've got to learn things. We've got to unlearn things. We've got to, if you're from the eastern part of Nigeria, there's some things you've got to learn that may not apply to the western part of Nigeria. So if you are from the east and you move to the west and you want to make your headway there, you want to break through there, you undergo what we call reinvention. You have to learn new practices. You have to learn new things that pertains to the West. Okay, you're a Nigerian and you move to America, for instance. You don't just start doing the Nigerian things you do there. They have their way of life. So for you to thrive in Nigeria, you need to reinvent yourself for that system. Okay, and that is like the layman view of what reinvention is. So all the things we've learned about life, all the things that we've learned that has brought us from where we were to where we are now, is not the things, or are not the things that will take us from where we are now to where we want to go. Okay, for you to be able to go to where you want to go, you need to unlearn most of the things you've learned. You need to learn new things. You need to redo your mindset, redo your skills, redo your techniques to be able to accommodate that future that you want to see, to accommodate the world that you are thriving to go to. Um, Looking at my notes here. So, first of all, when we talk about reinvention for a digital future, digital sounds very cliche. It sounds like a buzzword that everybody uses. I'm a digital guy, I'm a digital pastor, I'm a digital this, I'm a digital that. But what does it mean to be digital? What are the skills that are needed to thrive in the digital field? I'm going to break it down into two. You need technical skills, and then you need soft skill. Okay, of course, technical skills, skills like data science, skills like coding, skills like machine learning, and all of those things. And then in the soft skills, you of course, that is where I'm going to be facing because I've talked a lot about tech skills. I haven't had a mentorship session where I think the last time I came to APSU, we created a mentorship session where we put some people there, and most of them have learned really good skill. But in my experience with learning, I think there's an adage that says you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force that horse to drink water. And so that's one of the issues I've got with, I would say, Nigerians. I would say people from the East. I will narrow it down to absolute students. I would say everybody. Without the will for change, most people don't want to change. I'll repeat that again. Most persons don't have the will to create the change. Creating change sounds super nice. I can come here and tell you, oh, you could earn 20,000 naira in a month if you do this, if you do that. I come here and tell you, you can get a scholarship to this place if you do this, if you do that, and you get all excited and, oh, I want to learn a tech skill. I want to learn how to code. And then you deep dive inside coding. 1 month later, that fire extinguishes. The reason is because you do not have a drive and a will to change. Okay. In 2016, I left school, went for service in the north. I got a job that I wanted to pay me 40,000 naira to stay in the north as a manager. That was big money then. And in Nasarawa State, where I was earning 19.5, working as an accountant, that was paying me 15,000. I was able to sustain myself. I could a house, a room there, a room self con. It's like 25K a year. If you're earning 40K, you can get a room self con. Then with like 5K, you can buy food for the month. So it was a good offer then, but my vision was not to stay in the north. I wanted to do more for myself. Then I moved to Lagos. Then in Lagos, I learned digital marketing. Okay, first of all, I worked in a bank, and then I moved from the bank because I didn't like how um, the department I was, there was no room for thinking, for innovation. You just come to work every day and do the same thing and go back. And so I had to leave my banking job and I learned digital strategy and marketing. I did that for 2 years. I was still unsatisfied, and then I went into tech proper. That was when I found my satisfaction. And so something was driving me, and that is the quest for knowledge. That is the quest to make something out of my life. I didn't come from a well to do middle class or rich background. I was like the foundation for whatever I'm doing in my family. And so I had something that was chasing me, which is poverty. And I had something I was chasing. My family is a good family. My dad is an awesome role model. My mom is the best. But when it comes for creating wealth, there was something I was looking for. I didn't have any inheritance. Most of you are like me. I don't have any inheritance. I don't have anybody giving me handouts. Once I finished school, my parents handed over and left me to myself. And so I had two choices: finish NYSC, go back to my father's house, probably get a bike and start driving the bike, making money, or go become a fuel station manager, or look for one job that, or do POS if it's this time. POS is like the only thing you guys do there in Nigeria. But I told myself I was never going to do that. Um, and so I left my father's house 4 days after NYC. I just came to show him my certificate that I've finished NYC and this is it. And I took a bus to Lagos. No job, just the money I saved from NYC. I bought a laptop. The money I bought from NYC, I got a laptop. And then that was what I took to Lagos. And today, the result has been different. In that period of 3 or 4 years, uh, seasons where I slept 3 hours in the night because I was grinding. There are seasons when I couldn't even find sleep because I was depressed. There were seasons when I did not even have what to eat. There were seasons where I have gari, but there was no water to drink the gari. Okay. There were seasons when my girlfriend then, who is my wife now, was the one sending me my first job that I went for. Well, my wife was the one that sent me 1,000 naira to pay for transport to that job. And so those were dark moments. But one thing kept me going. Something is chasing me, which is poverty. and I was chasing something. And so if you don't have anything chasing you, you become very lackadaisical, you become very laid back. That's what happens to most people. I talk to young people a lot, and most of them are gingered, but they don't have resilience. Life or making it or being somebody in a digital space. We're talking about reinventing ourselves. It is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is not a 30 minutes or 100 meters race. It is a, what will I call it? It's a lifetime of pursuit. Okay. And so you have to understand that you will never make it if you're ginger to do stuff and you stop. And personally, I was committed to teaching some group of persons, but I couldn't do that because they didn't have resilience. And it was sad because there are opportunities out there that you can dip your hands in and you could do great stuff. I came to Estonia, even though I knew so much in tech, but I didn't understand some certain things in tech. My coming here opened me up to so many opportunities. I had to even start bringing some of these opportunities to Nigeria. It opened me up to, it's like there's a veil covering Nigeria, and there are some opportunities that can never come to Nigeria. No matter, you can't even if you type it, you can't find it. That's just how it is. But when I came here, I got opened up to do stuff. When I was introducing myself, I made mention of the World Disability Day. It held last Saturday, the first of its kind, and we got the founder in the US to join virtually. We had close to 1,000 attendees. Just go online and search for World Disability Day Africa, and you will see all we've done there. This was not possible until I got here, when I got to find out that there's something like this, and that um, uh, has opened me up to. There's a conference called the African Conference in Human Capital Interaction happening in Egypt, of which I was selected as part of the planning committee. So of course, I'm traveling to Egypt next year for that. There's also a CHI, Computer Human Interaction Conference, happening in, I think, Brussels or which country like that. And a lot of other mentorship, a lot of other tech-related opportunities that are life-changing that you're putting in your portfolio. You can stand neck to neck anywhere in the world, but you may not have access to those opportunities at the early stages of your career. That's why I say resilience. It's not about making money after 3 months. You don't see. I didn't make my first money in tech until close to a year or so. When I started my internship, it was 50,000 they were paying me in Lagos. Okay. And so resilience is one of the soft skill that you need to get. Adaptability and resilience. You need to be able to adjust to scenarios, absorb shocks, and even though you don't feel like it, but you still need to get up and do it. That is that is that is simple. Um, 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 a simple skill that most people lack. Ability to do stuff long term. You get bored easily, and then you jump from this to this. I think at the point it was perfume oil that was raining. Everybody was selling perfume oil. And then you jump to selling sneakers on your status, and then you jump to doing POS, and then you jump to selling this, and you do not think long term. In the next 10 years, what do I want to do with my life? Do I just want to look for a husband, get married, and the man will take me to BC or one bush place, and then I pop out three, four, five kids, and that's the end of my life? Or do I want to conquer the world? Do I want to do my master's degree abroad, do a MBA, do a PhD, travel the world, and live the best life, or live the best that life can afford? You need to be able to see beyond what to eat and what to drink, to looking at impact and creating, being a catalyst for change. Okay. And so it's important for you to be adaptable and resilient. Secondly, it's important for you to understand critical thinking and problem solving. Some of us don't think, or we don't think. You think thinking is sitting down and then you start, and then that is not thinking. You're just being sad and being depressed, or you have thoughts in your head and you really think about thoughts. Critical thinking is technical skills where you look for a problem. For instance, let's say Apsu does not have water. How do I solve water in Apsu? Now talk about the why does Apsu not have water? What is causing Apsu not to have water? When do Apsu not have water? Who is responsible for Apsu not having water? And so all of those why, where, what, who, how, but when you answer those questions, you discover that you've unlocked a paradox. Why is this like this? Write it down. Okay, for this to be like this, why is this like this? Write it down. For this to be like this, why is this like this? That is critical thinking. It can be applied to anything where you break down a problem to the simplest unit of solution. By the time you get to the bottom where there's no, when you ask a why, there's nothing else. You now begin to build back on top. And then you understand that you found a solution around that problem that you could apply a simple solution. How do I now give Apsu water? What is the simplest thing I can do? Do I build a well if I own um, a piece of land in Apsu? Can I get a piece of land in Apsu and dig well for students? It will cost money. Can I partner with the state government or what do you call it, the school management? I don't have money. Can I write to NGOs that do stuff like that? Can I write to alumni bodies that I know of? What if I ask 20 alumni of my class that I know are doing well outside, get their contact from my HOD or something, write to them and ask them to support us with at least 10,000 naira. If we raise 200,000 naira, can we dig a well in the hostel? Can we do this? Can we do that? That is critical thinking. And some of you might say, I don't know how to do that. That is what I'm trying to say about most people don't think. Because we don't think, we don't know how to solve problems. And it's a pandemic in Africa, it's a pandemic in Nigeria, it's a pandemic in in the East. I was talking to my wife the other day and I said, where I am, they're like 90% atheist. And I say sometimes this they are not believing in God or any religion might be might be the key to their success. Because what happens is in Africa we believe so much in God that we've now taken our responsibility and handed over to God for God to do for us. And so we do not have the capacity to think solutions for our problems. God will do it for us. That's the easiest phrase to say. God will provide. God will. God will. God will. And God is just there looking at you that why did I give you brain if you want me to do for you what you can do for yourself? Keep telling people that God will never do for you what you can do for yourself. And God will never do for you what your government can do for you. Wait till tomorrow. What you might get is a mercy drop. Maybe God just have mercy on you and drop something. But you cannot lead a successful life by mercy drops or by miracles. Miracle does not happen every day. Some of you are just hoping for one big breakthrough to happen. I know someone that is waiting for one big man to come and marry her. So you wait till you will grow old. Nobody will come and marry you. You've watched too much Nigerian movie. It doesn't work that way. And so as students, you need to begin to think, critical thinking. How do I go from point A to point B? How do I collaborate? How do I communicate? I asked a group of people to send me an email, and the way they sent that email, it was terrible. How do I begin to express myself? How do I begin to communicate my ideas? How do I collaborate with people? How do I begin to do things, help people out, and 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 these are the skills you need to learn. How do you learn these skills? By acting on it. I've told you about critical thinking. I've told you about resilience. Communicating, begin to send emails to people. Yes, begin to apply for global opportunities. Even though you know they will not choose you, but you apply for 10 global opportunities, you would have gotten a skill of how to communicate your achievements. If you do not have an achievement when you're applying, you'd have gotten an information that these are the things I need to get to be able to stand out in my application. And then you begin to apply or get those skills. And in a year, you'll be surprised at how far you've improved in your life. Collaboration. What do I need in this stage of my life to be successful? Who do I need? How do I offer value to this person so the person can offer value in return to me? I set up a company recently. I was looking for a social media manager. The lady that eventually I eventually asked, it was a pro bono, which means volunteer is not paid. But she just learned social media management and she's looking for validation. And me, I am looking for someone that can handle my page for free because I have not started making money with the page yet after then. And so I we had a mutual agreement. Use my page to explore whatever you want to do, do it. I don't care. I just want my page to people. I'm not making money from the page, but it should just be there. And so in the process, she has learned how to create content, how to edit, how to manage social media, and all those things are in her portfolio. I'm even encouraging her currently to start applying for better jobs so she can start making money with her skill. It's that simple. Collaboration. I have this, you have this. How do I give you what I have? So you can give me what you have. And then this what you have can help me go from point A to point B, wherever those points may be. Okay? We need to learn that reinventing ourselves. These are not things that take one day to happen. These are things that take a lifetime to happen. I started applying for a lot of jobs to attend interviews. Now, there's no question you ask me in an interview panel that I've not heard before. I started talking at events and hosting events. In 2015, I hosted an event in Apsu where I invited Pastor Ndukwe, invited it was a tech event and all. I think three tech pastor best. I don't know if you guys know he's in Abuja now and all. And then I spoke as well. So in those little speakings and those minor speakings, here I speak here, I do this, I contest election in my class and all that. I get to master the act of public speaking. Right now, you wake me up and say, hey, talk about this thing. I can talk about it without looking at a note. Expressing yourself. These are the ways you reinvent yourself because you cannot begin to talk to a global audience where you sound local. You're shy. You can't look people in the eyes. You can't shake hands properly. You can't construct a simple sentence properly. You can't even express your thoughts. You don't know the right words to use. You need to learn those things consciously. You need to read books. Stop watching Nigerian movies. Start watching foreign movies. What happens when you watch foreign movies is that you learn new words. You begin to learn how to understand. Imagine you get a foreign job now and the white man is speaking through the nose and you're like, hey, can you repeat what you said? No. But you begin to watch so much foreign movies and you begin to understand what they are saying. Automatically, when you start conversing with foreign guys and people from the US, the UK, you will not struggle to hear what they say. Imagine sitting in a lecture hall and your lecturer is talking and you're the only one saying, can you repeat yourself again? You sound very weird. So these are the things you do now that you are in the wilderness, so that when you go to the palace, you will be accepted and you will look weird. Reinventing yourself. These are the skills you need to be able to go from point A to point B. So what does the digital future look like? That's the next thing I'm going to go into. Of course, I wrote here, the digital future belongs to those who are not afraid to innovate, take risks, and embrace change. Innovation. Now ChatGPT is all over the place. 5 years ago, there was no ChatGPT. Everybody now is writing on ChatGPT. It's because it took someone to wake up and do that thing. ability to go out of the ordinary and leave your comfort zone and do something that will cause a catalyst for change. Okay. That is innovation, creating something. So innovation is trying to not I think one of the undoings of Africa is trying to force new wine into old wine skin. You try to or when I say force old wine into new wine skin. So it doesn't work. New wine must go into new wine skin. New ideas must be bettered by reinvented minds. Even in religion, if you go online today, people are attacking pastors. I was telling my wife that I like how they are attacking pastors. Yes, because one of the reasons why Nigeria is the way it is today is because our fathers took everything, everybody, every pastor, religious leader, imam, traditional rulers told them hook, line, sinker. They believe as long as you're a traditional ruler, you can't do any wrong. As long as you're a religious leader, you can't do any wrong. But those guys are humans. They are humans. And in the Bible, the book of Acts said the Berean church, after Paul finished preaching to them, they go home to go and search the scriptures themselves to make sure that the thing Paul said is actually true. That is what our generation is doing. You wake up and you talk something online, they go and search to find out that what you're saying is true. And if what you're saying is not true, they drag you, and tomorrow you won't say that. That is a catalyst. That is how you change the people. That is how you change the mindset by questioning everything you know, not taking what this person said, even what I'm saying. Go and question it. Go and research for yourself. In researching for yourself, you find the truth, and the truth you find for yourself is the truth that will make you free. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The truth that will make you free, not the truth that somebody told you about, is the truth you experience yourself. And so you must have a growth mindset as a young person. A growth mindset, of course, is a belief that your abilities can be developed with efforts, learning, and persistence. You must be willing to grow, reinvent yourself, learn, unlearn, and relearn. Learn something, and then you find out that thing you learn is outdated. You unlearn it, and then you relearn something else. You must stop using your phone for only TikTok and Instagram. I was here last year and I made I did a lot of things, got people gingered, and you guys, how many of you have actually implemented 10% of all the things I said last year? The things I'm saying this year, how many of you will even implement 10% of the things I've said this year before the end of the year? I personally, I grow daily. I know nothing. Every day I try to learn something new. Last year, you saw me, you saw the things I said. This year, I'm not going to say the same thing I said last year. This year, I've grown in my career, I've grown in my profession, I've grown in my academics. I'm currently writing my thesis and rounding up on a master's degree. By the time you see me next year, I'll be doing my MBA or doing something entirely different. You can't find me every year doing the same thing I did last year. It's insanity, it's not growth. And so a growth mindset is your ability to do, undo, and redo. You must begin to begin to embrace a global perspective in life. You must begin to build relationship with different people. You have phone, you have a handset that gives you access to a global community on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Begin to engage, find people in your field on LinkedIn that are foreigners, that are talking about foreign things, Twitter and the rest. Begin to engage in those conversations. You learn new things, you grow, it expands your mind. Don't be so focused on school. You go to class, come back, you go to fellowship, come back, you go to night class, come back, you do hallelujah challenge in the night, You do NSPPD in the morning. What again? Fellowship activities. What else do you guys do? That's basically it. And then you think in the next 10 years, I want to. I don't think most of us have even thought. Most of you have even thought about the next 10 years. That is a challenge. It's called future thinking. I want you to future plan 10 years of your life. Start with the next, what will my next year look like? By the end of December, what do I want to achieve apart from academics? But then you do that, feed that into the next 2 years, feed it into the next 5 years, feed it into the next 10 years. By the time you do that, it gives you a wider perspective of how to dream. When we say dream big, this is how to dream. Future casting. You look at the next 10 years of your life, and then you future cast where you're going to be based on the recent activities you're doing now on a daily basis. If you don't want to be a pastor, you don't have any business attending all of the fellowship activities, all of the church activities, all of the prayer meetings, all of the night prayers. These are the things we did in school, and it was by the mercies of God that we turned out right. The mercies of God. I still know fire-branded Christians that are frustrated because by the time you come out of school, school does not teach you anything. You guys are going to be writing project very soon for final years. Have they taught you how to write project from your 100 level to your final year before? No. You don't know all of any research method. You don't know any research methodology. You don't know how to write a literature review. You don't know how to do anything. They didn't teach you, but they just expect you to write project and know it. So school does not teach you anything. And so you come out and you face a world that you're so confused. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to make money. They have not taught you guys, even in the entrepreneurial class, they didn't teach you skills to use to make money, to sustain yourself. They didn't teach you how to assess global opportunities. They didn't even expose those opportunities to you. They didn't teach you nothing. And so you're confused. That's why people go into POS business. And then 10 years down the line, you look at your life and you don't have anything to account for it. And so I'm here to challenge you today. From this night, forecast yourself into 10 years. What I'm doing now every day, is this the path I want to get to? If your path is God has called you, by all means, focus on the work. But if your path is you want to be a business person, you want to be a career person, begin to think about the things you want to do to get you to that future. Go on LinkedIn, search for people in your career, look at their profile, the top 10 profiles, and pattern yourself. Look at the courses they've done, look at the schools they've gone to, look at the degrees they have, look at the companies they've worked. That is mentorship by distance. Pattern yourself and begin to do those things they've done. What kind of books do you want to read? Go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT that I want to be a CFO in a global company in the next 10 years. Can you futurecast and give me a roadmap? I'm currently in my 100 level in studying accounting. Can you give me a roadmap for me to do? What books do I need to read? What courses do I need to take? What daily activities do I need to do? What um exhaust yourself on the things I need to do to be able to become a CFO of a tech company in 10 years. Whatever ChatGPT gives you, follow it like you read your Bible. I assure you, you're going to arrive at that future. That is growth mindset. Okay. Another one is fearless experimentation. Not be able to do things. Don't be scared that what if they catch me? As long as it's not a bad thing. If they catch you, so what? What if I fail? If you fail, so what? What do you have to lose? I tell myself that what do I have to lose? It's a no. So who has no killed? Apply for those opportunities. What do you have to lose? They will send you rejection mail. Does it kill? No. Most of you are too ashamed and too scared to fail that you're not making progress. Fail. Start a business and fail. But don't fail your academics. So start a business and fail. Do things and let it fail. What you've done is you've learned how not to fail tomorrow. Tomorrow you won't do that same thing that made you fail. Do it differently. You understand? So experiment and experiment with purpose. Don't be scared of failure. It's okay to give up. It's okay to quit and do something else. It is fine. I've quit in my life twice. As a banker, I quit. As a data marketer, I quit and I started something else. It's okay to quit and do something else. Okay? So how do you seize global opportunities? It's I won't say it's as simple because you guys don't know it. One of the first things is to graduate with a 2-1 and a first class if possible. Oh, forget anybody that tells you school is a scam. Is the son of the devil from the pit of hell. School, my friend, is not a scam. And graduate with a first class. If you leave ABSU with a first class, the opportunities are endless. I've never seen a first class person that has information that is struggling in life. Schools all over the world will be on your head for you to do a fully funded scholarship, do a master's degree or a PhD in their institution. First class is gold. When I mean gold, I mean gold. If you're 100 level and you're brilliant, try everything in your power. Tell yourself that I must leave ABSU with a first class. If you're in 2-1, if not graduated, try to graduate with a very good 2-1. If you're in 2-2, the world has not ended. Or in third class, the world has not ended. There are still opportunities out there. It's just that your work will be 10 times harder than people that graduated with the first class or with 2-1. Not saying people that left with 2-1 and first class, it will be easier, but you might have to work harder. In the country I am, they don't accept master's degree that is 2-2. Or the whole country does not accept the minimum because they are like 99.9% literacy rate. All of them, they study book. So if you have a 2-2, they believe you don't have anything to offer them. So why are you coming to their school to do a master's? That is the same for most parts of the world. Most schools in the world require you to have a 2-2. Like I said, it is not a die. It is not a death sentence. There are schools that put out of graduated with 2-2 and they have done extremely well for themselves. Went to college, have a master's degree, even do PhD. So I'm not saying it's wrong. You've made the mistake. You've done your best. But if you can, at this stage, please leave school with a 2-1. There is a website for where Europe has over 100,000 scholarships. The website is owned by the European government. You can go there and find scholarship to anywhere in Europe free of charge. Okay. Sometimes fully funded, sometimes partially funded. But most of them will tell you 2-1. Erasmus. Erasmus will sponsor your school and give you living expenses for the 2 years you do a master's degree in different countries. I have a friend that is doing a master's degree. 2 friends actually. One is in the UK. One just left to Sweden. I think they'll be leaving to Portugal recently. There are different courses. Just go and type Erasmus Mundus. You'll find it there. These are opportunities for people that have left school with good results. So you could end up as a scholar, do a master's degree that's fully funded, or even do a PhD. Okay, and so how do you now seize the opportunity? Start by getting your international passport. Start by connecting with people that are not in Nigeria, foreigners in their various fields, in your field. Begin to hear about the opportunities that they are attending, the conferences, the online conferences they are attending. attend those conferences. They, if they have an opportunity for you to volunteer, volunteer, do free stuff, join foreign NGOs and do free stuff, write papers and publish for them. Learn how to write papers, learn how to publish academic papers, learn how to build websites, learn how to do anything that is global. Okay. But first of all, you need to establish an online presence. All of you here should get a LinkedIn account and a Twitter account. LinkedIn account is how you'll be able to, I think some of my students, I taught them how to get a LinkedIn account. Go to LinkedIn, just go to Google and type how to customize my LinkedIn account. My LinkedIn account, you see all the steps there. Follow them and set up a LinkedIn account. Add people in your field and begin to converse with them and all that. Once you have an online presence, participate in global communities. There are communities on LinkedIn that are for your specific skill or your specific um, course or pathway in life. If you're a public health person, just go on Google and search for public health communities, global public health communities. If you're a tech person, tech communities, join some on Slack, some on Discord, some on WhatsApp, fill the form and join the communities. Begin to watch them put conversations. Begin to watch them talk. That is how you assess these opportunities. Opportunities doesn't fly into your house or into your phone. You need to go out there and seek for it. Anybody, anything you're studying, political science, Igbo studies, linguistics, the online communities for these things. Okay? Join these communities, participate in this global event. Like I said, get your passport because sometimes you might. I know someone that got a scholarship to fly out of Nigeria for a tech event. Imagine you don't have a passport and that kind of a thing comes in the tech community you belong to. Okay? Upskill, talk about it. Begin to learn new skills in your field. Yeah, and if you want to practice what you're learning now, begin to publish papers, articles, research articles, leave ChatGPT and begin to publish word research articles. Okay, this is how to gain relevance in that field. Upskill, learn new things. You're an accountant, go and learn accounting softwares. Even though Apps does not teach it, learn it. We're public health. The same thing, go to ChatGPT and ask, as an accountant, what are the skills I need to learn to be the best? Begin to learn those skills. Upskill. You are a public health person or a nurse. What are the skills I need to learn to be the best in my field? Begin to learn those things. That's upskilling for you. Start something, no matter how small. Okay? Start a page online. Talk to people about it. Start a community of people in APSU, people in Abia, people in Nigeria, people online. Begin to talk about things. Begin to teach them what you know. Let them have conversation. Start a small business. Start anything. As long as you've learned it, starting it makes you apply it. And as you apply it, you begin to get more experience. Begin to reinvent, begin to learn, unlearn, relearn. Okay? Start no matter small. So, I think my time is almost up. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm here to tell you that opportunities out here are excess. There are a lot of opportunities out here. And what we've just talked about is how do you reinvent yourself for these global opportunities. It would be a waste for you to have listened to me in this minute and not get something out of it. It would be a waste for me to have said all these things and you did not get anything out of it. It would be a waste. And I hope you've been able to get knowledge. I hope I've been able to impact these things into you. I hope you've been able to um, 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 understand what to do, understand what to say. The future belongs to those who are constantly learning, who are constantly practicing what they've learned, who are taking the risks to become better and embracing a global mindset, embracing a growth mindset. Stop thinking local. From the way you dress to the things you say, to the things you write, to the way you express yourself. Stop thinking local. When I go to your WhatsApp status, your social media page. I should not be seeing the pictures of your pastor or your church flyer or Bible verses. We know you're religious. The people on your status are all Christians. Why are you preaching to them? It will be easier if you wrote that if you had Muslims as your friends and then you're posting Bible verses every day and then they are seeing it and one of them will repent. Everybody there is your fellowship member. Why are you still preaching to them? I'm not saying you should not. I'm saying is one of the ways to reinvent yourself is the way you think. And the way you think is reflective of the way you write and the way you talk and the way you interact with people, both online and offline. Okay? So begin to read books. Read not just academic book, read science fiction books, learn new diction, read finance book, read different things, materials you find, business books that are in your field that can help you grow. And then begin to apply these things you've read into your writings, into the things you post online, things you post on Facebook, the comments you make, the things you post on your status, all of these things. Dress nice. When I was in Elsewhere, I didn't have a lot of clothes, but I had a lot of stash. Oh my God. And I stash my clothes and iron it like this. And then I carry my 1.5 Abuki perfume, was it 300? And then spray it. And then I carry my bag. I look super nice with the little I had. Begin to dress for where you're going to. Begin to talk as where you're going to. Not anything, or more. Learn new vocabulary. I know you want to speak your local dialect, but don't be too egotic about it. Learn new dictions. If you're going somewhere, you need to be able to behave like that place you're going to. Over time, it becomes a part of you, and it becomes effortless. You don't get to the destination and start preparing for that place. You prepare before you get to that destination, so that when you get there, it becomes easy for you to adapt, integrate, and begin to thrive. Okay. A lot of Nigerians in this country. I met one Nigerian that's been here for 9 years, and the guy is washing plates. He could wash plates as a temporary solution to make money while you're still in school and you're building something for the long term. But not a family man in his 50s still washing plate from one place to another place. And he likes it. I didn't even bother talking about it because from his reaction, I said, once he's finished here now, you're going to another place to go and wash plate. I've been doing that for 9 years. Yes, he can be making money. Oh, what happens when you retire in 10 years? When you become 60 and 70 and you can't wash plate, what happens? There is no career, there is no investment, there is no pension or gratuity to fall back to. Because we had a discussion and oh my God, it was terrible. And this is how most of the Nigerians that manage to gather money to travel abroad, this is what they end up as. Boat driver or taxi drivers or end up in as menial workers in abroad. So you travel abroad and you stay for 10 years and you do not have a roadmap. It's pathetic. And so everybody that is Japan is not Japan. Most people that are Japan are struggling abroad. Why? Because their own is let's just not leave Nigeria and go and make money. You will come here and discover that the kind of money you're making in Nigeria was even easier than here. And all. And then in the long run, you don't have anything to show for it. Why? Because you got to the destination without planning. But when you plan and you follow through that plan, you won't even be surprised when you get to that destination. You'll be surprised how long it took you. But you'll be surprised that you got there because you must surely get there. So, guys, I've said a lot, and I hope you will go back and practice all these things I've said. Begin to create an impact in your life. I have a passion for young people. But my problem, like I said in the beginning, is that most young persons like myself are not willing to change. They are still okay with the handouts they are receiving from their parents, from their guardian, and all the small money they are getting, they are still fine with it. They are not willing to put in the work to create a life for themselves, and that is sad. And I don't want this to happen to you guys. So please create a roadmap this night. Ask ChatGPT to help you create a roadmap this night. and begin to follow that roadmap. The year is coming to an end, but doesn't have to be the end of the year for you. It's just a changing date from 31st to 1st. It's still the same cycle. There is no let me wait till the new year starts today and create a roadmap for yourself. And God will bless you. See you at the top, guys. Bye bye.